Johnny, Utah. You're on the Wilkow majority. Isn't that Keanu Reeves' character from Point Break?
Yes, that gives you 10 points on my list, sir. That only puts you at a negative 10. Here's the deal. You act, sir, as if these problems are all due to this progressive, communist, socialist president we have now, and you fail to address or even acknowledge that these problems have built up over many years, including your revered Ronald Reagan and the Bush father and son. These problems exist.
Sir, hold on. Let me stop you. Let me stop you. First of all, I'm sitting here with a copy of The Philosophy of John Dewey, 2 volumes in one, The Structure of Experience and the Lived Experience, right here on this radio board that I'm working out of in Dallas. Okay? I acknowledge that this has gone back to the Wilson administration. And when you look at Reagan, the Democrats controlled the House and the Senate. He wasn't a dictator or a monarch. He still had to work with 2 chambers of Congress. And I don't think, even Ron Paul, when he talks about the Fed, says he wouldn't walk in there and just shut it down because the bloodletting that would have, the chaos that would occur in that situation would be awful. But this stuff that's been built over time, that's been built by politicians, they're now telling us that if we try to take any of it apart, we're going to start killing people.
Well, we can agree that politicians we can't trust. But when you use these words to describe a president, communist, socialist, it's such talking points. Like I respect.
No, really? Do you want me to prove it to you? Do you want me to prove it to you?
Hold on. No.
No. I don't use language just to be bombastic, sir.
No, you use it because you have to fall in line with the rest of your...
No, I don't use it because I have to fall in line. I have the Communist Manifesto right here in front of me. You want me to start... Oh, okay, yeah, you don't want to actually hear any of this stuff. You just want to be the typical left-wing caller and call up and say, you're just playing to the Republican conservative base.
No, but you are. And when you got...
No, I'm not. I actually have the Communist Manifesto right in front of me, sir.
What does that mean? I've read it too. What does that mean?
Okay, so where do you... In the Constitution, do you see a progressive or income tax?
No, but times change.
Okay. So you don't see it in the Constitution, right? But Democrats and liberals talk about equal protection under the law, except when we pay taxes. Some people don't pay. Some people pay a little. Some people pay a lot. That's not equal protection under the law. The only place you find, the only governing document you find a progressive income tax is in the Communist Manifesto, sir. Number 2 of the pillars of communism.
So you're against all income tax? Is that what it is? You want it to be
okay? So now you've fallen into the trap of nihilism versus central planning. I didn't say that you can't tax the citizens to run the legitimate functions of government, sir, the ones that are outlined in the Constitution. But if you're going to claim we believe in equal protection under the law, how do you create tax law that taxes one person more than another person?
Because people who don't make that much money...
Oh, so it's not equal protection under the law then?
Well, under protection under the law, everyone...
But where do you see that in the Constitution, sir?
Because I happen to...
So you don't see it in the Constitution?
I think the Constitution evolves and going...
So if federal agents broke into your house in the middle of the night, cuffed you, and started going through your computer files, that would just be an evolution of the right to privacy, right?
Hold on one second.
Hold on. You have no idea what you're talking about. No. Thank you very much for the call. No. Goodbye. Every day we get calls like this. The Constitution evolves, except the parts of it they don't like to evolve. They like the right. Oh, yeah, I have a right to privacy. That's why I want free birth control. I can't have a rational debate with somebody who clearly does not know what they're talking about. I can't. Andrew, you cut the caller off. Andrew, you talked over him. Yeah, because he is saying things that are irrational. All right, listen.